20 powerful things to tell yourself every morning. Section 1. Morning declarations are mental blueprints. The man who rises without a purpose is already late. Before the feet hit the floor, the mind must awaken to a mission. Each morning is not a repeat of yesterday. It is a blank check handed to you by life, and what you say to yourself in that first hour writes the amount on that check. Declare weakness, and weakness shall appear. Declare power, and power shall follow. You are not waking up to respond. You are waking up to command. The battlefield of the day begins in the first few minutes after your eyes open, and those minutes are sacred, because your mind, like fresh clay, waits for the first imprint, and whatever imprint it receives, it follows. Speak poverty, and you will notice scarcity. Speak confidence, and you will find opportunity. You must not let the world's noise in before you have centered your own voice. There must be a moment before the phone, before the email, before the chaos of living begins, where you become still and imprint greatness upon your soul. This is not motivational fluff. This is strategy. The generals of life do not leave their soldiers unarmed. Your mind is your soldier. Your thoughts are your weapons, and your voice is the war cry. Every morning, before you brush the dust of sleep from your eyes, you must say, "Today, I command the day it does not command me." Say it with a steel resolve. You are not drifting, you are steering. You are not reactive, you are deliberate. The hours ahead will bend to the force of your will. I am becoming the person I was destined to be. Destiny is not a passive inheritance. It is a claim you make every single day. Others wait to discover it, but you create it. You mold it with every step, every thought, and every choice. I was not born to be average. I was born to be a force. The world does not need another duplicate. It needs fire, it needs vision. It needs individuals who stand like mountains, not reeds bending in the wind. You are not here to exist quietly. You are here to leave footprints deep enough that others will follow. No matter what happens today, I remain focused and unshaken. Circumstances do not define the man. His response does. Turbulence will test your altitude, but a storm only proves the strength of the structure. You must be your own anchor. Every problem is a door in disguise, and I carry the key. You must not see obstacles as punishment. They are invitations to level up. Inside every difficulty is a gift. But only the man who believes he can overcome will unwrap it. These are not mere words. They are mental blueprints. They are orders to the subconscious, commands to your inner world. The world around you responds to what is inside you. And what is inside you is shaped by what you tell yourself. You do not rise into greatness by accident. You rise because every morning you set the direction with your declarations. The average man wakes up and checks his notifications. The great man wakes up and checks his mindset. He knows that before he meets the world, he must meet himself. He must remind his soul of the contract it signed, to do something great, to leave mediocrity behind, to refuse comfort and embrace purpose. You cannot afford to let the first moments of your day be random. You must build them. You must forge them in fire. I am not behind. I am in preparation for something greater. There is no delay, only development. The seed does not feel failure for not sprouting overnight. It is growing underground, so are you. This is your time to push roots deep, so your rise can be unshakable. I have everything within me to win today, and not tomorrow, not someday, today. Within you is focus, within you is clarity, within you is strength. You must summon it, not search for it. You already have it. Speak it out loud. I am the architect of my reality, and I choose to build greatness. Your words are the bricks. Your belief is the mortar, and your daily action is the hammer. You are not hoping for life to improve. You are constructing it with discipline, thought, and fierce intention. There is a reason the greatest men of achievement spoke to themselves. Because the mind must be led. It does not move by chance. It moves by command. The man who waits for confidence will never act. The man who declares confidence will build it through action. I am not in competition. I am in alignment. When you're aligned with your values, your vision, and your calling, there is no need to chase. You attract. You draw what belongs to you by becoming magnetic to purpose and repellent to distraction. What I start today, I finish with excellence. Half effort is disrespect to your calling. You are not here to try. You are here to conquer. Each task is a proving ground, each action a brick in the empire. Do not insult your vision with mediocrity. These statements are not poetry. They are programming. You are creating neurological pathways. You are hardwiring the belief system that commands your life. As the architect speaks to the blueprint, so must you speak to your day with power, with purpose, with presence. Section 2. Affirmations precede manifestation. The world you live in is a mirror. It reflects not what is, but what you are. And what you are is shaped by what you say. You must understand that success does not come to the one who waits. It comes to the one who speaks it before it arrives. You are not just working toward a goal. You are declaring it as done before it's visible. That is faith in motion. That is how giants think. The mind is fertile soil. If you do not plant declarations, weeds of doubt will grow by default. Every morning you must uproot fear by flooding your soul with words of certainty. You must look in the mirror and see not what is, but what will be. Then speak to that version of yourself. Speak to the man you are becoming, not just the one you currently are. Because when you affirm what is not yet seen, you give life to the unseen. I speak my future into existence because my voice holds power. You are not powerless. You are not a victim of circumstance. You are a creator, a speaker of truth into time. The man who commands his destiny is the one who first dares to speak it aloud. I believe in the unseen because I am building what others cannot yet imagine. You don't need applause. You don't need validation. You need vision, and that vision must be loud in your heart before the world hears a single word. Every time I speak life, I cancel death. Every time I speak faith, I cancel fear. Your affirmations are a shield, a weapon, a declaration of war against doubt. You do not whisper passivity, you declare dominion. I am walking into rooms already prepared for me. Speak it, believe it, let the world catch up. You do not chase opportunity. You attract it because you believe you deserve it. Your morning affirmations build the magnetic field that pulls greatness into your life. I declare abundance over my life because scarcity has no home here. Scarcity is a lie built by fear. You were not designed for lack. You were designed for growth. Prosperity begins in the mind, and your speech is the signal. Speak lack, and you reinforce limits. Speak increase, and you open gates. You are not practicing a ritual. You are commanding your frequency, and your frequency is how the world receives you. Speak at the level you want to live. Think at the level you want to lead. Affirm what your highest self knows to be true, and never allow your words to betray your destiny. I am a magnet for favor because I move with integrity and power. Favor follows alignment. And alignment begins with your declaration of who you are and what you stand for. I walk with authority because doubt does not live in me. You do not have to feel powerful to speak power. You must speak power until it rewires your nervous system, until your very posture shifts, until your presence changes the room. Today I call in peace, progress, and unstoppable momentum. The world responds to clarity. Say what you want. Speak it with focus. Speak it with emotion. Speak it until every cell in your body believes it. I attract the right people because I have become the right person. Your network, your relationships, your opportunities, they do not come because you wait. They come because you affirm who you are every morning. You build your energy, and that energy calls in alignment. I rise today as the highest version of myself, no matter what I feel. It's not about mood. It's about mastery. Feelings fluctuate. Truth does not. You rise because you say so. You move because you command it. You win because you already decided Section 3. You must tell your mind who you are, or the world will confuse you every day. The world tries to rename you. It tries to redefine you by yesterday's failure, other people's opinions, or society's expectations. If you do not remind yourself who you are each morning, you will spend the day responding to labels you didn't choose. The mind is a vault, but it is also a sponge. If you do not seal it with identity, it will absorb every message from the outside and dilute your truth. You must become the narrator of your own story. You must speak with clarity, or you will live in confusion. Every morning is not just a wake-up call to the body. It is a spiritual roll call. It is when you report for duty, not just to work, but to the greater version of yourself. You must speak as the man who refuses to be unnamed, unheard, or unnoticed. Identity is not inherited. It is not gifted. It is declared. It is hammered into existence with words of intention. You cannot afford to drift in ambiguity. Clarity is currency. When you rise in the morning, you must boldly remind your mind, I know who I am, and I will not apologize for it. You do not need permission to be powerful. You do not seek consensus to walk in your calling. There is no need to water yourself down to be accepted by those who cannot handle your full strength. My life has meaning, and I walk with purpose. Purpose is not for the select few. It is the oxygen of the great. You were not born to chase distractions. You were born to focus fire on a mission that wakes you up and keeps you up. Speak it every morning until it becomes louder than doubt. No one gets to write my story but me. The pen is in your hand. Do not surrender it to fear, failure, or the voices of people who never had the courage to chase their own dreams. If they didn't build you, they don't get to break you. I am rare. I am valuable. I am one of one. Scarcity is power. Diamonds are rare, excellence is rare, and you must remind yourself each morning that you are not common stock. You are luxury, you are legacy in human form. I am not my past. I am my decision to grow beyond it. You are not defined by what broke you. You are defined by what you chose to build after the breaking. Every day is a new decision. You are not stuck. You are choosing strength over victimhood, and that choice must be spoken. The world will call you everything but what you truly are. That's why the voice within must be louder than the voices around. You are not obligated to accept the names life has tried to give you. Insecurity, failure, disappointment, these are lies dressed in circumstance. Every morning you must strip them off and clothe yourself in truth. I am focused on my vision, not distracted by noise. Let others chase trends. Let others bend to the wind of popularity. You build what lasts. You create what matters. You're not here to impress. You're here to impact. I am a finisher, not a quitter. Every time you speak this, you destroy the seeds of doubt before they grow. You rewrite your mental code. You change your internal dialogue from maybe to absolutely. Quitting is not your nature. Completion is. I belong in every room I walk into. Do not shrink. Do not second. Guess your presence, your preparation, your integrity, your journey. These have bought your seat at the table. Walk in like it's already yours, because it is. I am not moved by fear. I am led by power. Fear will always knock, but it is your job to deny it entry. When you speak power, fear loses its voice. When you speak certainty, doubt dies in silence. You lead your emotions. They do not lead you. Every step I take today aligns me with the man I am becoming. You are not lost. You are not aimless. You are in motion on purpose. There is nothing random about your rise. Every word, every step, every breath is intentional, and your words reinforce your trajectory. If you do not tell your mind who you are, it will believe whatever the world says, but the man who declares his identity each morning is unmoved. He walks with divine certainty. He does not wait to be named. He names himself, and by doing so, he sets the tone for his day, his life, and his legacy. Section 4. The morning is the hour of decision. There is a window between sleep and action. A sacred hour when the soul is open and the mind is moldable. This is not the time to scroll. This is the time to speak, to forge, to align, before the emails, the noise, the urgency. there is decision, and every day that decision must be made again. Will I move with intention or drift by default? Greatness is a daily vote. And the first vote is cast in the silence of the morning. You do not wait for energy to strike, you create it. You do not wait for courage to arrive, you summon it. This is the hour when kings rise, when warriors dress their minds before their bodies, when visionaries review their blueprints and recommit to building them brick by brick. The man who wins the day is the man who first wins the morning. Not with noise, with clarity, not with speed, with direction. You must decide who you are and how you will move, before the day decides for you, and this decision begins with your voice. This morning I decide to be unshakable. No emotion will derail me. No opinion will distract me. No moment will break me. I will not react. I will respond. I will not collapse. I will compose. This day bends to my presence because my presence is built on principle. This morning I decide to speak only what builds me. There is no room for complaints, no room for gossip, no room for verbal poison. My mouth is a gate and only greatness passes through. I will only speak what strengthens my future, not what justifies my fears. This morning I decide that nothing can stop me from doing what I said I would do. Discipline is my path. Distraction is my enemy. I don't wait for motivation. I execute because I made a vow to myself, and I do not break promises to the man in the mirror. This morning I decide to walk like everything I want is already mine, not in arrogance, but in authority. Not with ego, but with assurance. I walk as the owner of my destiny, because I planted the seeds and I expect the harvest. This morning I decide to treat time as my most valuable asset. There is no more delay. No more wasted hours. No more tolerating what does not grow me. Every minute is an investment, and I demand a return. My time is expensive because my purpose is priceless. The morning is where momentum begins. You do not create a powerful life with a weak start. You do not dominate the world by stumbling into your day. The great ones know, how you start is how you finish, and they never let their start be accidental. This morning, I decide to confront everything I've been avoiding. No more running, no more hiding. The thing I've feared the most will be the thing I conquer today, because delay is a thief, and I refuse to let it rob me one more hour. This morning I decide to be the energy I want to receive. I don't wait for joy. I bring it. I don't chase peace. I create it. I am not a mirror of the world around me. I am the thermostat. I set the tone. This morning I decide that my dreams are non-negotiable. Others may take breaks. Others may compromise, but I have decided. I have signed a contract with destiny, and I pay the price every day. I do not hope. I work. I do not wish. I build. This morning I decide to lead myself before I lead anyone else. There is no leadership without self-mastery, and there is no self-mastery without decision. I command my mind. I discipline my emotions. I train my thoughts to follow my vision. This morning I decide to make this day count, because this day will never come again. The past is over, the future is unwritten, but today is mine. And I refuse to let it pass without making it echo in eternity. Section 5. Remind yourself that progress is a choice. Progress does not happen by luck or accident. It happens because you choose it over and over again. Every morning you must plant the flag of progress. You must tell yourself that you will move forward, even if it's 1 inch, even if it's one silent victory no one sees. The man who wakes up and chooses progress is the man who leaves behind excuses, because he understands that his destiny is shaped not by what he says he'll do someday, but by what he actually does today. I choose growth over comfort. Comfort will try to seduce you every morning. It will whisper that you've earned rest, that you've done enough, but you are not here to plateau. You are here to evolve, and evolution only begins where comfort ends. I choose discipline over distraction. It is not about doing more. It is about doing what matters. When your mind is laser, Focused on your goals, nothing irrelevant can pull you away. You do not negotiate with laziness. You silence it with consistent action. I choose strength over weakness. Strength is not always loud. Sometimes it's quiet persistence. Sometimes it's refusing to give up. Strength is built in the morning when you stand up and say, "No matter what comes today, I will rise again." I choose forward motion. Even if it's messy, even if it's slow, I move. I do not sit in fear. I do not freeze in confusion. Forward is forward. Progress is progress, and I honor my journey by walking it boldly. I choose responsibility for my life, and nothing changes until you claim it. This is your life. No one is coming to save it. No one is coming to do it for you. Your life becomes better when you become better, and that starts with personal responsibility, section 6. Align with faith, not fear. The final step each morning is to align with the energy that moves mountains, that parts seas, that breathes life into the impossible. It is not logic. It is not strategy. It is belief. Faith is not weak. It is the greatest force known to man. When you align with faith, you silence fear. When you align with faith, your steps are guided, your confidence is unshakable, and your decisions are rooted in power beyond sight. I am guided by something greater than me. I am not walking alone. I am not guessing my way forward. My path is ordered. My steps are covered. I have divine backing, and that makes me fearless. I am not afraid of failure. I am aligned with purpose. Failure has no sting when you know your mission. Temporary loss does not faze the man who knows that every setback is part of his setup. I walk in knowing, not hoping. I trust in timing. What is mine will not miss me. I do not panic. I do not rush. I do the work and release the rest, because I know the universe does not fail. A man who refuses to quit, the man who wins, is not the man with the most resources, but the one with the most powerful inner dialogue. Every morning is your battlefield, and your words are your weapons. The first voice you hear should not be the noise of the world. It should be the conviction of your own spirit. That voice must be trained. That voice must be disciplined. That voice must carry the weight of your future. It must remind you who you are, what you stand for, and why you will not be shaken, no matter what comes. Your life bends in the direction of your dominant thoughts. And those thoughts are born in the silence of the morning. What you say to yourself before the world says anything to you, that becomes the architecture of your day. You do not rise to the level of chance. You rise to the level of your identity, so you must speak like a man who expects victory. You must think like a man who demands progress. You must move like a man who refuses to be average. When you wake, you are not just opening your eyes. You are stepping into a new contract with yourself. You are declaring that you will not let the past drag you down, that you will not let fear paralyze you, and that you will not let temporary discomfort stop your permanent potential. Each of the 20 truths is a brick in the foundation of greatness. When you repeat them daily, they do more than echo. They become law in your life. You are not just training your mind, you are training your destiny. Every time you say, "I choose discipline over distraction," you are aligning your thoughts with success. Every time you say, "I trust in timing," you are building peace in place of panic. Every time you say, "I know who I am," you are stepping into power the world cannot take from you. This is not just self-talk, it is self-leadership. And the man who leads himself with strength, with faith, with clarity, becomes unstoppable. There is no substitute for belief, no shortcut for alignment, no escape from responsibility. You are the author. You are the builder. You are the enforcer of the mindset that will carry your life to greatness. And it begins every morning with what you choose to declare. Speak like it's already yours. Think like it's already happening. Move like it's already done. The words you repeat today will be the results you live tomorrow. You are not repeating affirmations. You are programming the mind of a king. Speak with purpose. Walk with conviction. Act with precision and never forget. Your morning words are not suggestions. They are commands to the life you are building. Say them like your life depends on it, because it does. Say them until the world hears it in your silence, sees it in your stride, and feels it in your presence.